Roof, roof. It is definitely a dog-eat-dog world out there. This is T. Allen Stringer. This is QBP, Questionable Business Practices. I've had my share as well as you, I'm sure. As a business owner, as a pastor, I have found so many questionable practices, and I want to share them with you so you'll be the wiser. You've heard the commercial, Nationwide is on your side. Well, this is about the Nationwide Harleysville Insurance Company, my QBP. This experience was quite interesting. It started in 2018 and continues until this day. This will be a multiple part series. Recordings and documentation will be included. First up is a phone conversation with my fourth adjuster on a claim that happened in 2018. Discussion: whether or not they should have kept copious records regarding the payments made directly to the contractor, in this case as he admits that perhaps shouldn't have happened the way it happened. Welcome to QBP, Questionable Business Practices. Tell me what you think.
Like for example, like number 9 on that most updated estimate, it says, cleaning bid item, and then initial response in board up by year, and again it's 2005, 20, and 35 cents. So for example, I imagine that to get that specific number, at one point maybe we had that invoice that like another adjuster had. But again, going through the file, it looks like maybe they didn't put it in your file, so I wasn't able to find that. So that amount was still paid to you because it's on this most updated estimate. But I just wasn't able to find that exact invoice.
Gotcha.
And it goes the same for like line item 20 on page 4. It says temporary heat usage, and it says $3,002.26. So I imagine at one point we had that, because I know you even mentioned that there was the that temporary heat usage. I just wasn't able to find it. It doesn't look like it was uploaded to the file, and based on the emails, I wasn't able to find it.
Okay.
So in other words, so you were still paid for those because it's on this estimate,
right?
But I was able to attach that actual invoice to this email because I just didn't find it.
Yeah, because the question is, when you say paid, the question is, was it a check written to Air or written to me? I don't know. We can't determine that, can we?
Unfortunately, no, because if you on the email, if you go to the section that starts listing the checks that were written, so the first check, in other words, it was $30,000 made out to American Integrity Restoration. So that was made out because at that point in time, the original adjuster had this same estimate finished up to a certain degree, but didn't have all these invoices on there. So I imagine the $30,000 must have been just an advance payment that he made because he knew, the claim would be over $30,000. And then the second check for $239,000. In other words, at that point, that adjuster added some of these items to this estimate.
Correct.
And then at that point, that estimate added up to, over $239,000. So at that point, he made the payment to you.
I remember that.
As far as finding out which of these invoices specifically was paid to American Integrity, unfortunately, we don't have that option of seeing that because basically they kept making changes to this estimate and updating it. So it's impossible for me to find what specifically American was paid for. Right.
So we don't know how it flowed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way it flowed out, I'm not able to find that out because again, we in other words, the other adjusters just made their changes but didn't include that in the files. I was not able to find that out.
So is that? I mean, I guess my question is that. I don't know. Is that normal? I mean, it would seem to me, if I just happen to have a high ceiling, but what if I only had a $500,000 ceiling and monies were given out to them that would have come against my ceiling and I wasn't able to pay my claim because it escalated? I'm just asking hypothetical here. So is that normal? Should have been tracked? Should it have been tracked?
So normally, I'll be honest with you. Normally, like every payment that we make would be to the insured, so it would be to like Bible Temple Nation,
right?
And that is pretty normal. That like as revisions are made to the estimate, there is additional payments that are made. So as far as like tracking specifically, like what those changes are, like that's pretty normal. That we don't really track that because as long as the updated estimate is updated fully, we make payments based on those differences. However, normally it's paid to the insured directly,
correct?
Which is you,
right? And then we would be responsible for tracking that.
Yeah.
That's
so
my point is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me just say, the only thing that is normally paid to other companies is like any mitigation estimates, things like that. But it looks like in your case, unfortunately, they did make some payments to American Integrity, which looks like in addition to just the mitigation portion.
Right.
So like normally that's not done, to be honest with you.
So there you have it, payments being made directly to the contractor outside of the normal payments of mitigation and other things that would be relative. Checks sent to them directly without my prior knowledge. And in one case, the $38,000 check being deposited in the bank and cashed without my counter signature. That's just the beginning of my QBP with Nationwide Insurance Company. This thing goes deep. I have a lot of information. Policy totaled out at $6.1 million had we used it all. So it was a lucrative policy. A lot of things happened, but what didn't happen, as you see in our next QBP, the work did not get done. My experience with this particular claim doesn't just end with Nationwide. There are contractors and there are agencies involved who've been acting very questionable. Let's learn from this. QBP.